Good morning and welcome to Cindy's Kitchen. Well, Thanksgiving's over. What's next? Well, don't worry. We've been doing this over 9 months. We'll always come up with some more recipes. Welcome. If you're brand new, we are a cooking community and we're on live here on Facebook every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday morning at 11 o'clock Central Standard Time. So welcome. All right, so let's get started. What's cooking in Cindy's Kitchen today? Well, today I am taking one of my, the company that I used to work for, Homemade Gourmet. One of my favorite recipes that they used to make was a cranberry almond pasta salad. So I'm using leftover turkey in the cranberry almond pasta salad to help you use your leftovers. And then later we'll be making a spin off of the Snickers salad that we made about a month ago, and we're gonna be making a Twix salad. Yum. We're gonna start with the dressing for our cranberry almond pasta salad. We call them baby bows, but you can use any kind of pasta you want. I just like the bows. Look at that, little baby bows. You can use the regular size bows. You can use whatever pasta that you have. Totally up to you, okay? So I have 16 ounces, which is a full pound, boiling in some salted water right now. When those are done, we're gonna drain those, and normally I would let them cool for a little bit, but what we're gonna do today is we're gonna run some cool water over them, so we're gonna cool them a little faster so that we can make our recipe in time, all right? So we're gonna make our dressing that goes on our pasta salad. We're gonna start with a half of a cup of granulated sugar, okay? Into our bowl, half a cup of granulated sugar. We're gonna add a teaspoon of celery seed, okay? Now, if you don't have celery seed, it's okay. You can leave it out, it's fine. But it does add, well, if I can get the lid off, there we go. All right, so 1 teaspoon of celery seed. La 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 la. Now we're gonna add a tablespoon of minced onion, dried minced onion, okay? And, oh, that's not the right one. We need the tablespoon. And that's why it's important that this be able to sit in the refrigerator for a little bit so that all the dry elements, the minced onion and the celery seed can bloom with our wet ingredients, okay? All right, so half a cup of sugar, teaspoon of celery seed, tablespoon of dried minced onion. Now we're gonna add some wet stuff to this. Our wet stuff is a cup of mayo. Now, I don't wanna get into the whole mayo versus whip argument again, but I will say this. If you're doing this recipe, I would suggest that you use mayo versus whip. Because if you use whip already has sugar in it, and we've just put a half a cup in here. So I'm afraid it might be a little too sweet, but totally up to you. Okay, I'm not gonna measure, I know, bad Cindy. I am gonna do a pinch of salt. Cindy, how much is a pinch? How big are your fingers? And a pinch of black pepper. La la la. Okay, so I'm using apple cider vinegar, but if you don't have apple cider vinegar, then you certainly could use white vinegar. Okay, we're gonna need 2 tablespoons of vinegar. Okay, 1 and 2. In we go. Okay, so there's our dressing. Kind of hard to see, but we're gonna, we need all of our yumminess to sit, all of our dried ingredients to sit in there. All right, so now we have our dressing, it's all together, and now we're gonna get some of our other ingredients. Oh, okay, here is the baby bows. I'm gonna stick my hand in there just so you can see. See, baby bows, all done. Here are our dry ingredients that we're gonna add for our pasta salad. I think I will use this one. This is pretty, isn't it? Ooh, these are my bamboo utensils I got. I just think these are pretty. Okay, so this is the pasta and it's all cooled now, okay? So you wanna cook your pound of pasta, and like I said, if you don't have bows, you can use any kind of pasta you have, okay? You wanna boil it cook it according to the package directions. Drain it, and then you want to let it cool because this is a cold pasta salad, but you could always pour cold water over it. Just that's what we did. Okay, so the rest of our dry ingredients. Half a cup of chopped celery. Good Lord, Cindy can't talk, can she? All right, so isn't that pretty? Look at that. Okay, in we go. Half a cup of chopped celery. Celery, I tell you. Okay, now we're gonna need a half a cup, which that's about a half a cup, of either slivered or chopped, however you want to, almonds, okay? So about a half a cup of almonds, all right? In we go. La, la, la. The cranberries, dried cranberries. Now look at this big old bag. The reason I have this big one is because it was so much cheaper to buy it in bulk than the little packages. So there you go. A half a cup of dried cranberries. All right, but to me, that is not enough. So I'm gonna add a full cup of dried cranberries. Oh, so pretty. So now we have the green and the red. It's almost like a Christmas salad, right? So now we have cranberries, we have celery, and we have pasta. That's it. With the dressing, that was the original recipe, and it was just lovely. Thank you very much. But because it's 2 days after Thanksgiving, and perhaps you don't want turkey soup, turkey salad, or turkey pot pie, I thought we'd do something else. And so this is about 2 cups of diced turkey. So again, I just diced it up. You could dice it, you could put it in a food processor and kind of puree it, totally up to you. Or you could just shred it. All right, in we go. La, 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 la. Now, I've mixed all this up, and now I'm gonna pour in the dressing. Oh, so pretty, so pretty. All right, remember our dressing, or if you came in late, our dressing was 1/2 cup of sugar, granulated sugar, a teaspoon of celery seed, a tablespoon of dried minced onion, 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, and a cup of mayo, not whip, mayo, okay? The great thing about this dressing is that you can use it, you don't have to use it just for this. If you decide you like this, this is a perfect slaw. Like if you're gonna make coleslaw, or if you use the broccoli slaw, it's really good for that too. Okay, there we go. All right, we put that aside, and then I'll give this a stir just to incorporate. Oh, yum! All right, so that's it. We've given it a stir. We have our turkey, our cranberries, and our celery in there. Yum, isn't that pretty? All right, now I'm gonna put this in the refrigerator. But Cindy, why? Well, here's the reason. That dressing, remember, needs to not only soak up all the dry ingredients, but we need that dressing to permeate all the little holes that are in the pasta. Yum, and coat our cranberries and our turkey. So in the refrigerator it's going. I would say 30 minutes to an hour if you're doing it. Obviously, I'll pull it out a little faster, and you probably want to cover it, but I'm gonna get it out even sooner. Whew, that was hard, wasn't it? 10 minutes. 10 minutes it would take you, maybe 15. About a month ago, we did the Snickers salad, and I was a little concerned because I'd seen the recipe, but I'd never made it. And so then I'm thinking, I'm onto something, oh my. And half of you were like, oh yeah, we've been making that forever. And so, but here down in the South, nobody had ever heard of a Snickers salad. Now, I thought it was phenomenal, don't get me wrong. But the other day, I saw another version of the Snickers salad, and my 2 girls don't really care for Snickers. Their favorite candy bar is a Twix. So the version of the candy bar, of the salad that I saw, called for Twix. So we're gonna be doing a Twix salad now. Are you ready? My pretty bowl, yay. All right, now for this recipe, just like the other one, we're gonna need 4 Granny Smith apples. Look at that, ready? La 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 la. No, those apples would end up all over everywhere. Okay, now you guys have seen how I cut apples before. I cut both sides, then I cut both sides. That leaves me with that I toss into the trash bowl. All right, and then slice, slice. I should have done a whole lot of these ahead of time. And yet I did not. I was not well prepared today, was I? Because a lot of times I prep everything in little bowls so you don't have to sit and watch me cut. That being said, I could have done the apples ahead of time and just put some lemon juice on them, but I didn't. So there you go. Now, let us, same apple cut as yours. See, so Sharon is my aunt, my father's brother. And yet, we didn't really know each other growing up. We're very close in age, even though she's my aunt. But we didn't know each other growing up. We've gotten much closer. I don't want this. Take that off. Don't eat that. I know these stickers are supposed to be edible, but yuck. Anyway, so we've gotten much closer. And then, this is the coolest thing. So then, Philip and I are on a cruise. And I take a picture of, we were on Enchantment at Royal Caribbean's Enchantment of the Sea. And I take a picture, I'm sitting out, drinking my coffee, listening to the swish, swish of the water. And, but I'd taken that picture and posted it on Facebook. And here in a second, I get a message, you ate mint jelly on just about anything or just a spoon out. Oh, you had a leg of lamb a month. It was a month. Well, kind of pricey down here. So anyway, so I get this ding message, ding, like from my ding dong, right? And it's Sharon. Oh, look what I just did. I cut that sticker. I don't want to eat the stickers, edible or no. That just doesn't seem like my cup of tea. Maybe on one show we should eat it and see what, I'm just going to cut that off, and see what we think. But I don't want to eat paper. Anyhow, so I get this message from her, and it's a picture of the same thing, right? Basically something that says Enchantment of the Sea. She's on board. She and her husband are on the exact same cruise that Philip and I are on. Can you believe it? I mean, we didn't know it, nothing. And so it was kind of fun. We went one night and sang karaoke, and we hung out on deck and got to chitty chat, and it was really great. And since then, I am set and determined that we will become closer and all of that. And so that's where we're headed. I'm very lucky. The point of all that was when she said we cut apples alike, what we found out is we have a whole lot in common. Like, we both love purple, and we like a whole lot of most of the same food. The only food that we don't share is kale. Ugh. I do not care for kale, and Sharon likes kale. Ugh. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, these were big apples, so I think I'm only gonna put 3 in here. It depends on how big. Janet, good morning. The lamb chops were to die for. Simply lovely. Simply lovely. So yeah, I'm just gonna do these 3. Whoops, and I have to get off this sticker. So it's just really funny that we weren't raised together. We look a lot alike. Like, she showed up, we posted a picture of the 2 of us, and everybody was like, oh, you guys look so much alike. And we do. It's really weird. Anybody that's seen a picture of my mom and I would say that I look just like my mom. And that's true, I do. But I also look a whole lot like Sharon. All right, so I'm almost done with the 3rd apple. These were just really big. And I'm really sorry to say, oh, hello, Melissa and Jan. Good to see you. Remember the prickly pears? Kale is in soupa soup. I know, but I don't use kale in mine. I use, what do I use? I can't remember what I put in there, but I didn't use kale, I'm pretty sure. You and your sister look a lot alike. Yes, my sister and I look alike, but it's funny that if you put my mother, all 3 of us, we do, but I look a lot like my aunt too. All right, so this is 3 because they were really big, but if you want to go ahead and do the whole 4, there you go. All right, now we got to cut up our Snickers. Now, how many Snickers should we use? Hey, Melissa, spinach probably. Yes, you're probably correct. It probably was spinach that I used. Now, if you buy the regular sized, opening Twix everywhere. If you buy the regular sized Twix, they have two, and they're longer than these. That being said, it was cheaper to get the bag. You put spinach. Okay, well maybe that's what I do too. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've made it. Okay, let's see. Is that enough? I don't think so. Just finally, you're back. Tana, good to see you. Brenda. Okay, so I have to tell you while I'm cutting these, I know it's a lot of chitty chat, right? Sorry. Those people who say, I can't stand her voice and it's too much talking. Can she just make the recipe? No. The apples look so beautiful in that bowl. Yes, put it on your wish list. Loy Sam, put it on your wish list. And then maybe you'll get it. It was a big splurge for me. I wouldn't normally have paid that much for a bowl, but I really, really, really wanted it. So, all right, so these are the little ones. I'm just cutting them in half and then going down. And you don't have to cut them in half. Really trying to get, you know me, the perfect bite. So there you go. I am curious to see, that's what you meant to say. Oh, okay. I am curious to see what the different taste is, because when you eat the Snickers salad, it tastes just like a caramel apple. So there you go. All right. I hope this is enough candy in here. Of course, you can always add more, right? Let me add just a few more. Just because, is there such a thing as too much chocolate? I'm just gonna do 4 more and that should get me there. Anyway, so I was gonna tell you, thank you, Janet. I was gonna tell you my second favorite meal at dish at Thanksgiving. So my youngest daughter said she wanted my sister's baked mac and cheese. And so I send my sister this text, hey, I need your recipe, that's enough, for baked mac and cheese, because that's the one Cassie wants. And she, oh, you're allergic to chocolate. Okay, well, this is not a good recipe for you. I'm so sorry, Melissa. Gosh, I can't imagine being allergic to chocolate. Anyway, my sister says, I never make it the same way. Really? Really? And so she goes, but this recipe is the closest. So she sends me this recipe. I diddled with the recipe just a bit. Okay, let me move this out of the way. Apples and Twix. So far, fairly easy. It just took us a long time because there was a lot of slicing and dicing, right? Anyway, this recipe, we used, what did we use? Oh, we used baby bows. Oh, we used baby bows and then 4 kinds of cheese, including 2 cups of grated Gruyere, a whole cup of the Kerrygold cheddar, that Irish cheddar. Oh, so good. Then just, I think, a cup of regular. And then there was Parmesan, panko, smoked paprika, and butter on the top. Oh my gosh. My voice is like Lauren Bacall. Oh, I always loved Lauren Bacall. Her voice was much sexier than mine, but there you go. Okay, here we go. Now, the next thing we're gonna do is an entire container of whipped topping. And I know some of you will go, oh, well, it reminds me of that commercial where they're going, they have the can of whipping cream and then they have the tub. And she goes, cream or oil? Cream or oil? And she goes, well, cream. Okay, I like the oil. Thank you very much. All right, so dump that whole container. What is this? 8 ounces. A whole container to die for. There we go. All right, in we go. Yum. And then we'll fold all this together. What was I watching? I have never seen the show Schitt's Creek because, I don't know, it looks silly. You're going to make this for your kids. Okay, good. Maybe I needed a bigger bowl. What do you think? But there was a video that somebody shared, and the guy was making it, and the recipe instructions said to fold it in, and he didn't know what that meant. and he kept getting her to trying to get her to tell him what fold meant, but she didn't know what it meant either. So I was kind of funny. See, off. Anyway, the mac and cheese was to die for, and one day we'll make it on the show. But it made a ton. There's none left, don't get me wrong. Queen's Gambit is awesome. Yes, the Queen's Gambit was great. All right, so we've mixed our Granny Smith apples and our Twix candy bars. Now we have look at that. Look how gorgeous that is. Now we have one last thing to do on here. Let me set that aside. And that is caramel or caramel, whichever you prefer, sauce on top. You ready? And here we go. La 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 la. La la la. Like the guy at Starbucks on your top of your caramel macchiato. La. There we go. Look how pretty that is. Oh, yum, yum. Crushed pineapple. That might be good. You just saw that video clip. It was funny, wasn't it? Okay. I know, right? Yum. We'll taste that in just a second. It is Saturday. You know what Saturday means? Saturday is adult beverage day. Yay! Okay, so now we're gonna make adult beverage. All right, here we go. All right, so here's my shot glass. Here's my ice shaker. Got some ice in there. There's the lid. We're gonna need, I don't know what this is called. What is this called?
Twixie.
Twixie.
Twixie shot.
It's a Twixie shot, although we're gonna make it a sip. I'm not shooting this sucker. Okay, arthritis hands can't get this open. Oh, sorry, arthritis. Okay, we're gonna use vanilla vodka. Vanilla vodka. I didn't see it. I know, right, Alice? Okay, 1 shot of vanilla vodka, whatever brand. Okay? Yum, yum, vanilla vodka. Okay, 1 shot of Frangelica. Frangelica liqueur. Oh, this to me is like the best smell ever. I love this smell. Okay, a shot of Frangelica. And then the last thing we're using is caramel Baileys. Oh, Baileys is wonderful, but caramel Baileys? Yes, do you know what else I have in the house? Coffee Baileys. I mean, Baileys in your coffee, but coffee Baileys? Yes, I have that too. All right, so in we go. Come on. Oh, are we empty? Oh, come on. Come on. Oh. Gotta shake it a bit. There we go. All right. In. Now we put on the lid. What is Frangelica? Well, let me read it. A delicate liqueur that will delight your senses with a surprising hazelnut experience. It's like made by monks or something. It says best over ice with a squeeze of lime. I've never had it that way before. Okay, you got your lid on. Let's hope it doesn't go everywhere. All right, be like Tom Cruise in Cocktail. Oh, let me see if I can spin. No, I can't spin. Okay, it's ice cold now. Ooh, ah. All right, let's take our fun little glass and we're gonna first dip it in caramel. Look at that, or caramel, right? You dip it so that we get it wet, right? La la la. And then we're gonna dip it in crumbled up Twix candy bars. Can we do that? Oh, Cindy, is that allowed? But yes, yes it is. Okay, except I'm not doing a very good job. Obviously, my bartender days were a long time ago. Well, there you go. Oh, there's a big chunk there. Oh, that's okay. All right, so here's our decorated glass. Monks walk on grapes to make that drink. I don't think so. Okay, here we go. Ooh, yum, 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 yum. Okay, so that's actually 3 shots of liquor. I would not be shooting this. All right, let's take our sip of our yummy. I'm gonna find where the big piece of Twix candy bar are. Wow. Okay, it is kind of a kick. But very smooth. You need that. You need that. That's good. Okay, so that's our Twixy shot or sipper. Okay, that was sweet. I'm gonna switch gears and go to our cranberry almond pasta salad. Our turkey cranberry almond pasta salad. So let's dish some up. Oops, got stuff everywhere. Look at that. Pretty, huh? Pretty, huh? Now I have to find the perfect bite. You know, this must irritate you all that I dig for one of everything, but there we go. You ready? You must try this salad. Even if you don't have turkey, I mean, it's really good with the turkey, but it is a great pasta salad. You can always add chicken in here. You could add ham in here, or you could just, you know, need more booze. Your nanny would stir a spoon of mint jelly into peas. Gail, mint peas, yum, I've tried that. I'm gonna have to watch the replay for that recipe. It's so good. Okay, now, and then our dessert, which is our Twix salad. Oh, where is my, oh, we'll just use that. Okay, I'm digging in. Twix, Twix and green apples, covered in Cool Whip, and then caramel sauce. I know, I have different patterns everywhere. All right, now let's find the perfect bite. There's an apple, there's a piece of Twix. Maybe I'll get, no, don't get crazy, Cindy. You don't want to chew on camera for too long in front of everybody. Okay, ready? Okay, I like this. The other one, the Snickers salad, I think the Snickers was a lot more pronounced than the Twix is. And that may have been because they were bigger and they had more caramel and nuts in it. So I like this. If you don't like nuts, try the Twix one. It's very good. Well, there we go. We made it through a whole day. We're back. It's Saturday. We've all made it past Thanksgiving. And so I hope you had some good ideas. Our turkey cranberry almond pasta salad, our Twix salad, and of course our Twix shot. From my kitchen to your kitchen, may your Saturday be filled with some sweet and some salty memories. Love you guys. I'm so grateful for all of you here. If you see down there that you can give us some stars, give us some stars. Tell us you love us. And if you're watching the replay, please don't forget to hit replay and the state or country that you're from. I'm so glad to see you guys all again, and I will see you again on Tuesday. Cheers. Bye-bye.